Good evening, everybody. RF, your notifications are working. I am thrilled, and you're the first chat tonight. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Welcome to the 9 of you that were in the waiting room. Got kind of an exciting day to report to you. If you don't know, my name is Scott. Welcome to Go Small, Live Large YouTube channel about the RV lifestyle, the Class B van RV lifestyle in particular. Coming to you live on Thursday. It's January 14 from the Florida State Fairgrounds outside of Tampa, Florida. And I have been climbing through a lot of rigs this day. I'm going to share a bunch of that with you tonight, but this is a live Q&A. So if you have questions, I'm going to follow Kevin of 30 and a Wake Up. He's got a format that I really like. So if you do star, asterisk, question mark, so 3 of each character, and then ask your question, I'll find those more readily in the chat, and we can address those. So this really is about you, the questions you have about maybe some of the RV as I saw today. We're going to cover, looking at my notes, so apologies. We're going to look at the Travato 59G. We're going to look at the Sequence. We're going to look at the Tellaro. We're going to look at the Swift. We're going to look at a little bit of the Coachman. And I've got a little bit of a surprise to share with you on the Coachman products. I've got to tell you, I'm pretty excited about Coachman. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go for about an hour. And yeah, let me know where you're calling in from. Let me know where you're watching from. Austin, Texas. Karen, thank you so much. I cannot wait to maybe I will disconnect my AirPods. Can you hear me okay? Karen, give me a thumb up or something that you can hear me okay. I've got my AirPods in. And his timing is not great. And what was I going to say? Lost my train of thought. So yeah, let me know where you're watching from. That would be great. What questions you have on the RVs we saw today? It says breaking up badly. Oh wait, so we'll put the AirPods away. Let's do the speaker for that.
Well, it doesn't quite have the AirPods mastered. It's anyway. Naples, Florida, I guess. Head toward Tampa. Yes, that's exciting. So thank you for that. Can you hear me okay? If you can just let me know. Panhandle friends, our Mac. Yes, you folks are up in the Tallahassee area. You can hear me okay better now? Okay, let me just make sure this. Okay. All right. Yeah, AirPods transfer to the HomePods, and Apple's trying to be really smart and make this stuff automatic, but it takes over. So, okay, so we're running off the speaker on my iPad. So, yeah, a whole lot to cover with you today, and thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to do this. We did it last night. We're going to do it again tonight. We're going to do it again tomorrow night, live from the show. There is so much going on here. Let me give you a quick update on what I saw today. So, if I look off screen, I apologize. I'm looking at my notes. So. Today was the second day open to the public, and it was significantly busier. The weather was better. It was not raining. It was warm. It was sunny. I actually went through one of the standard gates versus the media gate, which I have my badge. It's off camera. And so that was my first time getting my temperature taken. I got to tell you, that is still not a very comfortable feeling for somebody to be pointing a gun at your forehead. And Luke's going to be chiming in tonight. Thailand, good morning. Holy cow. Make some tea and join us. Thank you for doing that. Thailand, that's amazing. Everybody's really been good about wearing masks. So I'm really pleased about that. People are really respectful of people being in RVs. And if there are people, they wait. So Luke is going to be chiming in with us tonight. That's great. It's Woolworth hour. Luke, I need you to stay over here, sir. You want to say hi to everybody quick? Here, come say hi. Oh, they're going to be about it. All right. Never mind. There was, let's see, the most annoying thing on the Super Show today, or the Super Show, the Super Show, is so Camping World did not attend. There are a number of RV manufacturers that did not attend. Airstream was one, Pleasure Way, Leisure Travel Vans, Vanlife. Luke will say, hello, we're supposed to be going for a walk, and here we are talking to a screen. Look at that look he's giving me. Oh my gosh, you insolent slob, he says. This is where you get your bills paid, sir. Give me a kiss. Thank you. Say bye, everybody. Okay, go down there. And so So yeah, Airstream's not here, Pleasure Way's not here, Leisure Travel's not here, Panorama's not here, Canadian companies hard to get into the border. Um, Camping World could be here, chose not to be here. They usually had really huge amount of space, but what they decided to do instead is fly a plane around. Yes, they picked the two noisiest planes out of the fleet that flies those signs around, like the ballparks and stuff, uh, all day long. 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. It finally stopped, and they kept putting kind of antagonizing messages behind the plane. What I found most antagonizing was the really loud noise because it's in all the audio that we were captured. So I'm gonna send the Camping World a note on that. It's just kind of annoying. The other thing that was super not annoying today was I ran into so many viewers. Orange was there, saw him last year. Jim from Dallas Fort Worth invited me to stay at his place. That's cool. So many folks, I've forgotten your names, I appreciate, but every place I turned, I was bumping into somebody that was saying thanks for the video. So I thank you for being brave and saying hi. It is not an interruption ever. If you ever see me in public or something like that, you are welcome to say hi. This is what this is all about, is helping you be a better RVer. Whether you're no time yet, sometime, or full time, it's all about how do we learn, share together. So just thanks for all those that took time to share today. So let's see what else on the so yes, a lot of viewers today. Now the brand ambassador, Volta brand ambassador video that we posted yesterday, made that big announcement. Thank you for all your support on that. I had a few negative folks, but 99.9% of folks were just thrilled, and I really appreciate your support again, because it means a lot to me. It means a lot to Volta. It means a lot to the dealer sales and delivery teams we're working with. And I'll show you my new sign that I got today. Jack, co-founder of Volta, he and I are going to interview in the morning, and he delivered my sign. Wait till you see it. It's pretty cool. I feel pretty official. Brand ambassador dish. So thank you again for your support on that. Really great response to that. So thank you. Love his protests. Yeah. So let's see. Ran into Kevin, 30 to wake up. Yes, Kevin, 30 to wake up was crawling around today, going through bands. He's going to be here again tomorrow. Yesterday I saw Chad and Paul. That was great. They're not here today. And that's only our YouTubers I've seen, which is kind of unusual. We know some weren't coming on purpose, and that's okay. It means I have to do my job better, faster, harder, right? Big announcement, channel roundup for Go Small Live Large viewers and Class B RV enthusiasts, and RV enthusiasts in general. We have a roundup about 20 minutes down the road at Keel Farms, Keel Farms. It's a farm, brewery, and a winery at 2 p.m. on Sunday, January 16. It's a new Harvest Host site. They have a kind of a special off-the-side parking space where we can come. I don't know how many folks we can actually get there, but I'd love to have a standing room only. Wouldn't that be awesome? So if you're in the Tampa area and you've had enough RVs, come join us at our channel roundup Saturday, January 16, 2 p.m. That information now is correct and on my website, so check that out. GoSmallLiveLarge.com. Yeah, punch the like button. Appreciate that. We got 55 folks. This is great. Thank you, Sherry. I appreciate that. I am grateful. It's because of you guys that do all this, and gals. All right, so then tomorrow, I'm going to be interviewing Volta, the co-founder, Jack Johnson. Super great guy, and I'm really excited to spend some quality time with him. We're going to go to the Winnebago, Travato area and talk about lithium-ion energy in an RV trends. They've had some huge announcements this week. A couple more Class A manufacturers have adopted Volta systems, which is amazing. The Tiffin they announced, I think yesterday, has 36,000 watt hours of energy available. By contrast, my Travato has 8,700. So do the math, almost 3-4 times the size. Class A's got tons of real estate, right? So you should be able to put a whole lot of juice on there. And I think the other one had 50,000. They announced a new one today. I'm a little behind on my stuff, but interviewing Volta tomorrow. And then Traveling Robert, if you're not familiar with his channel, he's a cool cat. He's been doing full-time for a long time. He drags a towable, a Winnebago towable, and he's going to be interviewing Volta and then me after that. So we might have a little bit of overlap there. He's curious about lithium-ion Volta in particular, and then me as a full-timer in a rig. He's going to interview me. So that's going to be kind of an interesting experience. Normally it's the other way around, right? That's cool. So shoot some questions in. And I've got a really crude, and I apologize. My goal for this super show is to be smarter on these streaming software packages that Chad and Paul use, and I think Kevin 30 and a Wake Up is learning. They're not easy by any stretch of the imagination. I don't know why we can't figure it out. We can now land rockets back on Earth, but we make that so tough on that kind of stuff. Maybe I'm just being a baby. So I'm going to do is I'm going to flash my iPhone some of the pictures I want to talk about today, because I did a lot today. Yesterday was good, but there was a lot done today, and I got some really sad things to report and some really exciting things to report. Yes, our Phantom says, can't ever have enough power. It's so true. Imagine a Class A motor coach that needs 50 amps of shore power. Many of them have two generators because they need so much juice. Sitting, parked in a winery in absolute silence with 50 amps of power. Thank you, Volta. That is just the most amazing thing. He does. David Green, love traveling Robert. He has such a great voice. It's so soothing, right? Yeah, I'm excited. I'm hoping it's going to be a good interview. I've never met him in person, so it's the first time. Um, so a few questions coming in. Let's take a few questions, and I'm going to talk about, the first one is the Travato. So good question. So send your questions in. This is kind of Ask Me Anything. Like the Wendlands do. Mike and Jennifer, do you guys watch them? They do a Ask Us Anything on Sunday nights, live YouTube live, Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern. Love those two. They're not here this year. I'm just so bummed. I've run into them throughout the whole week, and they're just the nicest people. So Alan says, Scott, did you ever bang your box under the rear of your rig like Kevin 30 and a Wake Up did? What Alan's talking about is the Volta power pack actually hangs under the chassis. And I did once, probably my first month, I was backing up. I wasn't measuring the curb, and it did bump it. It didn't bang, it didn't bend, it didn't crash, but it gave me a OMG, and I was, ever since that day, super sensitive on backing up in particular, but going over and deep, driveways, and that's why I had it lifted, because it was really unsettling. And it's, yeah, so no, I never damaged my box. But so Sherry's following the format. Thank you, appreciate that. So star, question mark, question mark, question mark. In the rigs you toured, anything really surprise you as a new innovation? That is a genius question, and unfortunately, no. It's so sad. I toured a fifth wheel today. The product owner of a Keystone Arcadia. They were super proud of some of their new innovations, and I would say they were innovative from a build perspective. But I got to tell you, there is the Class B space. It is hashtag me too, because every rig looks the same, feels the same generally, and the floor plans. I mean, everybody's copying the Travato K floor plan. Why can't somebody copy the G floor plan, please? Now that it's been blown up by Winnebago. We're going to talk about that. But yeah, there's just not a lot of... The innovation, I think, is from the lithium-ion systems. The Lithionics system, which is a competitor to Volta. But I'm really underwhelmed by the amount of innovation. That is a great question. And we're going to pull on that thread a little bit, because I'm going to tell you something that probably will shock a lot of you. On one of the Coachman products that I saw today in particular, but yesterday in general. Juneau, Alaska, lovely place. Volta Magic, yes, thank you, Beyond Intention. Yeah, so Todd, TAWD, said, can you relocate your Volta box? Negative. Well, let me say that differently. Winnebago has chosen to put the Volta box, the battery energy pack, under the chassis. Storyteller Overlander has their energy pack. So the Travato, it's underneath in a horizontal position. Storyteller has a larger capacity system, and it's on its end like this against the back wall. So it's how the manufacturer wants to treat the energy pack. And then Volta, I'm sure, works with them to engineer that correctly so everything works just great. But it doesn't have to be outside. It's really not meant to be outside, but that's kind of where Winnebago's needed to put it because of everything going on inside here. the new, man, I might be really wrong on this. You'll have to keep me honest, please. But I think the new 2022 floor plan, the energy pack is on the inside. I think that's accurate. Though the model they have here doesn't have Volta on it, so I wasn't able to look at that today. But I do have a few things to talk about that on that clearance. Let's see, what other questions we have here? Thank you for the rainbow. Appreciate that. David says, from what you've seen at the show, are there any rigs that you would trade your Travato in for? LOL. I think I already know the answer. I'm going to save that question to later because I think I'm going to surprise you, David. There's one rig I am pretty smitten with, and it will blow you away. And it's for the most ridiculous reason, but it makes all the difference. And this, back to Sherry's question, the innovation. Where is the innovative thinking on this stuff? You know, especially having been to the RVs that I saw in Spain, the Ram ProMaster, Ducati, whatever they call it over there, it's the same 21-foot van. And how much innovation they pack into that? They don't have any lithium, but they've got everything else nailed to a T. What's wrong with these guys over here? I just don't understand. I'm talking about the big guys, you know, Thor, Winnebago. Now the Storyteller folks, they treat things very, very differently. Now, Embassy RV, very, very differently. So we're not talking about those guys, but the big guys, Coachman, Thor, Winnebago. What else do we see today? One of these brands is going to blow you away. Just no innovation, really. It's really kind of annoying. Yeah, Jane asks, thank you for using the format, ****, question mark, question mark, question mark. Any new innovation in RV accessories? You know, I haven't been in that building yet. I'm going to try and get in there tomorrow and or Saturday morning early. When I cruised through there, it was kind of the same old stuff. You know, trailer hitches and parking, RV park resorts, and couches for your big Class A. So I'll go sneak around and see what I can find, but at a glance, I didn't see anything other than the usual stuff. You know, fudge and knives and back massages and all those exciting things that you see at a fair. I will say today that the vendors, the food vendors, way more busy today. Saw folks enjoying the big, tall boys of cerveza. It was a warm day, but I was glad to see the food vendors getting some business today. They were doing nothing yesterday. So Glamper Jan says, question mark, question mark, question mark. Any more outside storage bins on the new rigs? My 2020 Coachman Beyond has none. That's largely a limitation to it's a van, and you can't really put storage where it doesn't exist. Most people would prefer to have storage on the inside. Winnebago's taking a different approach. Wait till you see this. On the storage of the sewer hose, OMG, on the new one. So no, you would be getting a different kind of RV to get outside storage, unless you want to put storage on the roof, which I'm not a fan of because it's hard kind of to get up there, and if it's up there, you probably won't use it, in which case you probably don't need it because it should be in your van. My 60-day rule, as you know. So yeah, storage is really precious in a van because you're restricted to what the van interior can hold because there's no room on the exterior unless you're hanging a basket off the back or putting something on the roof. Great question. David loves surprises. Yeah. So I better not get an echo. So I'm going to go in there early tomorrow morning before the gates open. I figured out I could do that. I'm going to sneak in with my big press pass and go do the echo. By the time I got around there today, there was a swarm of people. So it's coming. It's pretty cool, I got to be honest. It's a very different kind of a rig than a van. And I'm pretty smitten with the van plan. So, but we're going to spend some time in the Echo tomorrow. In fact, today I took out my trusty $100,000 measuring tape and we measured a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm going to do that with the Echo in the morning. So question mark, Rise and Shine, thank you. You're doing star, that's great. Have you thought of designing your own line of Western wear Volta shirts? Appreciate that. Yeah, Viva la Volta. That's funny. That would actually be a great t-shirt right there. I'll work with them. It's their brand, so I can't really tamper with it, but they might be open for that. In fact, somebody had a really great line today. Oh, man. Kevin, 30 Wake Up, if you're watching, you're going to have to help me with that. It was the Storyteller booth. It was really a cute phrase, you know, ditch the generator. I don't know. And anyway, it's a good question. We'll think about that. I love Western wear, right? Volta Western wear, it's kind of a cool idea. How about some Go Small Live Large Western wear? Giddy up cowboy. Let's see, a couple more questions, and I got to share some of this with on the Travato. Um, Scott's Western Volta Western. That's cute. Let's see, Nani Willard. Thank you for asking the question. Thank you for using the format there. That helps me. Are there more choices in chassis, more than Ford, less on the Sprinter? You know, that's a great question. I was surprised that Sprinter is pretty prevalent in the 4x4 off-road space. Kind of goes without saying. I didn't see there was no Bolt here this year, which is on a 4x4 Sprinter, the long 170-inch wheelbase. The Storytellers were all Sprinters. The short, I think, the 144 wheelbase. Ram is still super prevalent. The Novas by Coachman is built on the Ram. The only Transits I've seen is by Coachman using on the Beyond. So as you probably know, maybe you don't, 85 people in here. Thank you for joining us tonight. Get a thumb up. If you're learning anything, I sure appreciate a thumb up. That helps me know you like this and helps others find it, and it just gives us all a big glow, really. So give a thumb up. Really appreciate that. So the way the chassis work, the Ram is the widest by 4 inches. It's also the shortest of interior headroom. In contrast, the Transit is the narrowest, and it's also the tallest. And when you climb into a Transit, it's immediately apparent that that thing is like 4 or 5, maybe even 6 inches of floor of head clearance. It actually affects the way you feel in the van. Affects the way I feel in the van. I think it feels more voluminous, more light, and it's a very different feel, but it is measurably and feels skinnier. The Sprinter's kind of in between. It's taller than the ProMaster, and it's a little bit wider than the Transit, maybe by an inch or two. But I can tell you, 4 inches width makes a giant difference. Those are the chassis. That's what everybody's running on. Not too many Transits. Don't know why. Sprinter is pretty plentiful in the right places, and then Ram, that's a good question. Let's see. Maybe one more, and then so SES says, how many years until we see a Ram Sprinter Transit hybrid drivetrain? You know, that's kind of an interesting question, and I have no idea. Maybe some of you big automotive folks would have an idea. What makes the Ram nice is it's also the lowest to the ground, which I guess is easy to step into, but if you have all your stuff hanging out under the chassis, it's not awesome. But because there is a front-wheel drive engine right in front of me, where you're looking toward the back, is there's no drivetrain, to hold the transmission and drivetrain thing to the back to drive the rear wheel. So I think that's one reason the other guys are up a little bit higher, is to accommodate that drivetrain, which would then be under the chassis, which is kind of interesting. All right, so let me share a few things with you. Keep the questions coming in. We'll scan this every now and again, but I wanted to share some of the findings today. I'm going to be making videos about this. My job here this week is to collect the content as best I can without having every Tom, Dick, and Harry in here. Jane and Bobby Sue, and there's a lot of people here. And then speaking of that, a big shout out to a channel viewer, Tracy P. He's been camping with me. He actually left today, but for the last couple days he's been here with me, and he was blocking and tackling the entrance while I was in. So learned a good lesson. Bring a bodyguard when the public is here so you can climb through your rigs in private and not get anybody else in there. So thanks, Tracy, for helping out with that. This week's the content was about capturing the content, and we'll try and get some of these edited out over the next week. Okay. By the way, thanks for the nice comments on the Wi-Fi and RV park Wi-Fi tips. I just love it when I do things that are really kind of different, and you guys really respond well. So thank you for that. All right, so let's talk about the Travato. You know, I'm a huge champion of Travato. I'm not paid by Winnebago. I'm not compensated. I don't get a free rig. I'm making a monthly payment like everybody else on my Travato. I have a nice relationship with them. Russ Garfin and Chris Beanert and Kay Lund. I stay in touch with them. I've given them feedback on the new floor plan. I promise to give them more feedback on the floor plan now that they've actually spent time in it. But what I wanted to share today is that I spent all morning in there with my measuring tape. There's a couple of things that I want to call out. So the first one is, we know about the blowing up of the front lounge, right? So while it drives 2 in the front seats, now I can put 4 in the back in those 2 seats right there. The seats are not also comfortable. They're like airplane seats, in my opinion. The big bugaboo here is there's no bed up front. That's not a surprise. But what I was examining today, and since I was able to come back to my rig and then go back in the morning, what I was looking for is kind of, I'll call it build quality. And guys and gals, what I'd like to call your attention to is see the box that the seats sit on? If you looked at Travatos at all, what's around that, like the bench seat I'm sitting on right now, what's on wrapping around this area right here? Ultra leather. There is no ultra leather on here, and I can tell you this feels to me like a budget camper now. They have done some really cost-cutting measures, in my opinion. That this thing is starting to feel like a Solus, which is a budget camper. A Travato is definitely a step up. I think most people would agree with me there. And the other thing that was super apparent to me, and I've mentioned this to some other folks, is every corner is sharp, meaning everything is got a hard cut. You know, like when you cut, you know, get a shelf system at IKEA, and it's, you know, there's sharp corners. If you look at my Travato, if you look at any Travato in the last few years, every corner is rounded. It sounds so bizarre. Even this piece right here, you can see this, right? These are now sharp corners because they're manufacturing their own cabinetry. This is the Technoform stuff that comes out of Italy. This is a great example there. It's just a sharp, hard-edged, cut cabinet, not wrapped, and to me that just looks like budget camper. It looks like something Thor would do. Not Winnebago. So it was everywhere. The other big thing that I'll give an example of is this. This is the cabinet. There's 2 things wrong with this picture. What are they? This is the cabinet, and we're talking about the cabinets above the bed in the bedroom. There's 2 things wrong with this picture. One is this thing right here. In mine, I don't have that. I have a trunnion. What do you call that? You craft guys. It's a support between the upper and the bottom part of the cabinet, but there is no solid piece in between the cabinet. This is one huge open cabinet, which means I can put really long things in there. Can't do that now. I think this is only 3 feet wide, and because you can't store anything long underneath, if you're, I don't know, fishing poles, camera gear, I mean, this is just, it's cheap, in my opinion. The other thing it's missing is there's no carpet in these cabinets anymore. Which, again, speaks of budget camper to me. Mine is lined on the top and all the way down to the side. The bottom is not lined. But what that does, it allows you to kind of tuck stuff in there, and it kind of sticks a little bit like Velcro. It just kind of attaches to it. And if you have stuff in there that's moving back and forth, like happens all the time, that is going to scuff up and scratch, and it's going to look horrible in probably not very much time. So again, to me, that's a cost-cutting move, and I don't understand this piece here at all. Maybe I just don't understand it. So that's a couple of examples there. Let me show you this. What's different about this picture? So this is the bedroom again, and this is the cargo door right here. They moved the window. The window in all the 59Gs up to this point, the window's right here, which is a great placement. By moving the window, what's now missing? This is a test for you Travato owners. Gs in particular. This was an inset into the wall, and there was a stretchy net basket. Oh, yes, Luke. Yes, sir. That a book, magazine, computer, my iPad, my big iPad Pro fit in there perfectly. And what that has just done is gone away. They have this thing right here. See that? That's one of those fold-down baskets that's kind of meant to hold your phone. And as a user sleeping in my Travato almost every night, when I'm ready to go to bed, I tuck my iPad into that storage spot, and it's just lovely. I don't even, I can poke the snooze button. I can check the temperature, the weather, whatever I do, right through that stringy netting, stretchy stuff. This is going to require, if the iPad even fits, and I don't think it will, for you to get up, open that thing up, and wake yourself up versus this. All because they moved a window, which I can't figure out why, because when you're sleeping, you're going to close it anyway. And when you open it, this actually is going to, now that I think about it, this is going to actually let in less light, because your mattress, when you fold it up in the daytime, is going to completely be covered. And this way, at least, you get some light out over the mattress as it folds up. So I'm I apologize for being negative on this. You're gonna see that in the video, but the more I spent time in this rig, wait till you see this one. I have to wonder what they're thinking. You know, usually when you get a new car, it's an improvement over the previous version, right? Holy cow. This thing, oh my God, ladies and gentlemen. My biggest fear has been come true other than the no bed up front. Um, we'll check questions in just a minute. Thanks, Todd. I'm apparently his dog. So what I'm measuring, just a measuring tape today, right, is I'm measuring the bottom of the bathroom floor, which is right here, to the top of the bathroom ceiling. It's 58 inches. I'm 5'10". I go in there, I have cowboy boots on, so give me another inch, right? So I'm 5'11" in cowboy boots. I cannot stand up in that bathroom. Now think about that. The problem they were trying to solve is the shower pump, so they could have a gravity drain instead of a pump. The shower pump problem was the filter in the bathroom floor. And maybe re-engineer the placement of the shower filter under the sink. Because it's kind of a hassle to get to every 15th shower, because you have to unload your cabinet under the sink, right? But ladies and gentlemen, what they have done here is they've raised the floor to solve a problem, and they've just made, well, that was weird, and they've just made the bathroom where an average size guy, if you're anything more than 6 feet, you will not be standing up to urinate in this bathroom. And ironically, you won't shower in it either because you can't stand up in it now. So I don't understand this at all. They put a towel bar in, which is very nice. I'll say something like that. And the shower looks really cool, and the sink is cool. You'll see that in the video. I think I have one more thing in here. And again, I hate to be negative about this, but what was I pointing out here? I can't remember. The cabinetry. This is, again, the sharp corners. Oh, so this was kind of interesting. See these things right here? These are the new drawer pulls, but they stick out. Currently they're flush. See this one right here? Ooh, right there? It's flush because it pushes in. These actually, I don't mind them above. The ones that, so you see the one above the kitchen sink? That one, oh, I'm okay with. These ones down here, they stick out. So if you're dragging stuff through your Travato hallway here, the chance of snagging something is really great. And that's not an awesome experience. So again, I apologize for being negative. I'm going to give Deb and the team feedback. Here's kind of an interesting thing. I took a picture of this. It's in the video. On the sign of the Travato, it says 2022 Travato 259G, which almost makes me wonder if they're kind of rolling this out to get customer feedback. And one more thing here. So what they've done here is, what you're looking at is, this is the sewer hose. If you know the Travatos, are all the sewer hose on the side of the van that goes inside the van. Now they actually have it externally right here, and what I was measuring is all the low points, and this is the lowest point. It's about, it's about 5 inches, which is the same as the axle. I couldn't figure out what it is. I'm guessing it's a water box, but I kind of thought they were putting those inside. That's what making, I don't know. And you have to open up your back doors to fill the water now. So a lot more to come, but I spent a lot of time in that rig today, and again, I don't want to be negative, but I'm so upset with some of these changes. Here's a little good news. So at the Winnebago booth is, read this carefully, hopefully you can. So I'm actually called out, Scott Travato owner here, with my quote that's from the Volta video. If you haven't seen the video I did with Volta, please go to their YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube, search Volta Power Systems, I think it is. They'll pop right up. Watch my video. Give them a like. That thing's only been viewed about 300 times, and it should be viewed at least 2,000 times. We spent a whole afternoon making that video, and that's not the sign they made for me, but that's the sign that was at the Volta Winnebago. All right, let me answer some questions, and I've got to share some other things with you around Sequence, Tellaro, the Swift, and Coachman. And then we're gonna get back to David's question. Okay, so let's look at these quick. That was a little bit of diatribe there. Sorry about that, but I'm so passionate. I mean, right? Sorry if I'm getting too hyperventilated here. Let's see. Beyond Intention says I'd buy it. Okay, that's interesting. Aaron, missed you at the Storyteller. Yeah, I'm going to be back there tomorrow. I do, Jane. You need to create a channel sticker. That is accurate. It's been on my list for about 2 years, so I'm getting there. Arise and Shine Beyond Intention. Yeah, I got some cool stuff to show you on that here in just a minute. Todd says, good job, Scotty, working on that tan. Thank you. Yes, it was, yeah, I worked on all day today, actually. Thank you. Outside all day. Tom Riddle has a question. Star, question mark, question mark, question mark. Thank you for using that format. Do you believe the quality issues Kevin has experienced should make anyone wary of the brand? You know, his quality issues are pretty small, to be honest with you. I mean, they're not kind of nitpick things, right? You know, a clasp gave out and a little hinge in the bathroom gave out. What I'm more worried about is what I saw in the cheapening of the Travato experience of, again, not wrapping this bench seat that I'm sitting on with ultra leather, not putting fabric in the cabinets overhead, not rounding the wood, which takes either different kind of manufacturing techniques, like this thing here. This is the Technoform that comes out of Italy, according to the Lexan people. So it's probably pre-made like this, and they just assemble it. But there's no sharp corners, and by all those things I pointed out, that build quality is probably the same, but it's just a cheapening of the Travato experience. It's, to me, it felt like a budget camper. It felt like a Thor camper. So I mean, everybody's had little issues. Houses have issues. So I would, if you're looking for a van, Winnebago's gonna be on your list, unless you want to do a custom something or other, or do like an embassy or something like that. But I really wouldn't worry about it. I've had so few issues with my rig. He wants to go for a walk. Is really what he wants to do. Thank you, F&T, for saying that. He's giving me the look. Look at this look this cat gives me. Who's in charge here, really? I am definitely staff. Okay, let's answer a few more questions and I'll share. Let's see. So Sherry asked a good question. John has one just above that. Okay, so Roads of Life's above that. So let me kind of start with Roads of Life. Yes, because I answered the quality one. Amazon bought them all. Yeah, probably not. So Roads of Life. Hey Rob, what's up? So question: Chad and Paul are moving to a Storyteller van trekking. Last was moved to the Revel. Do you have any plans to move to another RV? Me personally, no. And we do have a new RV in the family. We talked about that last night's live Q&A. We got a whole bunch of videos coming about that. So we have two RVs in the family now, his and his RVs. I personally am not changing out of my van currently. I'm having too much fun. I've put too much money wrapping it and making it look like I want. And I love the floor plan. It just works perfectly. Somebody give me a better floor plan and I might move. This floor plan works for me perfectly. So no plans. Good question though. But I'm a little smitten with one, and we'll save that to the end. We got 20 minutes to go. I better hurry. So John, Aaron says, K bathroom still not on Winnebago website. Is it there to be seen? You know, I didn't look at the Winnebago Ks. I glanced in. They look the same to me as always. Maybe I'll spend a little time there tomorrow. I didn't hear really any changes to the K floor plan that were revealed last month. So stay tuned on that, I suppose. Sherry, thank you for asking the question. Did Winnebago give you a reason why the change to the 59G to take more passengers? I think it was the wrong move. I agree with you. No, I haven't asked them why. What they say is voice of customer. And it's kind of funny. I talked to the dealer, the Lazy Day dealer sales reps there today, and they were just crowing about how nice the new G floor plan was. And I'm like, really? So tell me why you think it's great. What have your customers thought about it? And they basically said those that have the existing G floor plan don't like it. Those that don't know anything about it like it. They thought it was really cool, the sales guys. And I'm like, so why do you think it's cool? They said, well, it's got open space now. I'm like, well, let me give you a quick 2-minute tutorial here. What Winnebago has done is made this floor plan very inefficient for RVing, unless you're a very small subset. And I walked him through all these things. I said, "Have you tried to stand up in the toilet and go, pretend you're going to the toilet?" He goes, "Yeah." And this guy's like 6'2". He's like, "I can't even go in there." I'm like, "I'm average size. I have the same problem now. He used to have 2 beds. Now it's got 1." And so I walked him through all the stuff, and I was like, those aren't really good ideas. So we'll try and find out why. According to the Facebook Travato Wannabes group, it is just blowing up with the changes. It's funny when you have something you don't really use very often, and then it get taken away from you. Oh my God, right? Storming the castle, and I think that's what's happening here. Somebody said, "Hey, let's just make this more open," and because it's so open, I'll bet you a steak sandwich, the new owner of that chassis, they're gonna bolt a cabinet, storage cabinet, and put a table on top because they got the space now, effectively doing what this floor plan already does in way less elegance. So I get too passionate about this. I apologize. Let's see. Thank you, Todd. Apparently they know each other. No sound deadening. Yeah, Lucas Hundry. Okay, I'm gonna move on to share some of. Yeah, our Mac. I completely agree with you. We could sell our teas so much more valuable now, right? And I totally agree with you. And by the way, we're gonna look you up. You are in Tallahassee, right? We blazed through there on the way to New Orleans for New Year's and came back. And we had a bunch of family in tow, so I didn't want to subject you to that. But if you're the RMAC I'm thinking of, Tallahassee, I think, and you offered to Audience Angel Let Me Driveway Camp. Okay, a couple more of these. Let me just scan for questions, and then I'm going to share a few more things for you. Yeah, thank you for that. Beyond attention, objectively not an improvement. Okay to be fair and critical. I just want to be better. I want to stay on top. And what an opening for somebody to copy that floor plan, the G floor plan. Everybody's copying the K, which I just wait to see that. That's a good segue, by the way. All right, so let's talk about the sequence. So, are you familiar with the sequence? Would be a question. It was kind of new last year, right? I think the California show was the first time I had seen it. I'm scanning through my pictures here. What I want to show you guys. So this is the sequence. This is the floor plan. Right? What floor plan does that look like? Well, that would be a Travato 59K. It's the sequence 20L. You can't call it the K, so it's going to be the L. And what I found funny is this same floor plan, it's made by Thor. This same floor plan is sold. This floor plan sequence is sold by General RV. Now I knew this last year, but it was totally validated with me today. So Thor makes the exact same floor plan, and it's called the Tellaro. And now Tellaro, they have a pop top version, but it is hysterical to me that this is the floor plan again. It's this is a different one. Sorry, they on the so this is the 20K. The letters, right? This is actually kind of an interesting floor plan. Did a really cool video on this. Had a generator. It was pretty quiet, I must say. And it's got this cool thing here. So at least there's a little innovation to answer Sherry's question earlier. There is a little innovation around some of the floor plans, but man, the K is being copied like crazy. Let me give you an example of this. So when I say the RV manufacturer Jayco, Jayco, what pops into your brain? Probably a trailer, right? Towable. Jayco now has the Swift. Want to guess what floor plan they're calling innovative? Yes. Does that look familiar? It's hysterical. They're all the same. Oh my God. Everybody's got a K floor plan now. And this one was definitely a budget camper. It was, I can't remember the price. It'll be in the video. But these cushions look absolutely horrible. All the walls, they move. They're squishy vinyl. The cabinets didn't actually open up and stay up all the way. Come on, Jayco. You guys have been building trailers for a long time. He's not happy. Yeah, so that was pretty funny. Let me show you this one. Where's my... Okay, so let me shift gears. So that's the sequence. So again, this is what's kind of interesting. So Thor makes the same floor plan, the K knockoff, For general RV, it's called the Sequence. For Lazy Days RV, it's called the Tellaro. And talk about confusing the customer. There might be some little teeny nuances. It's like buying a mattress, right? It's a Posturepedic, but if you buy it from Macy's, it's going to be like this. If you buy it from, I don't know, Mattress Firm, there's just a few more springs, and they can adjust the pricing because this is exclusive to us. I don't know what they're thinking there. So to me, that's so gimmicky. But you know, whatever. I'm just a YouTuber. All right, so let me show you some of the highlights that I really fell in love with. So the first one was the Nova yesterday. One of you called out specifically to go chase down the Nova. Didn't know what it was. This is built by Coachman, and it's on the Ram ProMaster floor plan. And not surprisingly, it's, yes sir, it's a K floor plan. But what's different about these guys is their approach to the bathroom. And I would say this was actually innovation. It's lightweight innovation, but innovative nonetheless. So you're looking from the back doors being open, you're looking through to the cab, you're looking at the bathroom, but where's the toilet? The toilet's behind this wall here. Yes, and with the shower curtain, which had a really lovely, easy to manipulate shower curtain that kind of spun around to protect the cabinetry here, which is absolutely gorgeous, you can't see your toilet, which was always my problem with this floor plan. Having the back doors open, it would never do it because your commode is exposed to everybody. Who wants to see that? These guys took a little bit of an innovative step here, and they put a wall here, and it looks really rich. It's really nice. And this is storage. There's storage up here, and they really did a nice job. That's in the ProMaster, but let me show you this. What do you think of that, right? Uh-oh, here comes Luke. He's going to step on something and go offline. Thank you, Luke, for that. So this is the Beyond by Coachman. It's on a Ford Transit, 100 grand. This one doesn't have lithium. Lithium adds 20,000 to every system just because it's they're expensive systems, right? It allows you so much freedom. But again, look at the floor plan, right? It's okay. But what I was just so taken back by was their approach to the bathroom. So this is from the inside of that one. Because this was the Transit, it was probably 5 inches longer. And that was apparent in the bathroom really obviously. Wait till you see the videos. The sink here is above the toilet. I'm not a fan of these flip down sinks. You fill up the thing and you empty it by dumping it into this little trough. This actually has a drain. The guy said it comes from Europe and has an actual drain in it. Now probably when you fold it up, it spills into a little hole, but you don't see all your spit and stuff. It goes down the drain, which is really nice. And the toilet was cool. The cabinetry of these guys, Coachman, is just off the charts. But what I want to point out is this. The cargo doors are open. The toilet is in the back. Where's the toilet? It's behind this wall. What a genius move. It was so elegant. I got so excited. Tracy was with me today. I had to go in there and sit in the toilet, lay on the beds. I'm telling you, I'm actually warming up to this idea because of this awesome innovation right here called a wall hiding the toilet. And this is all storage, and they had subwoofers. Again, this is just creature comforts that make an RVing experience really residential and pleasant. Each of the cargo doors was a subwoofer, which is kind of where they, I guess, should be. And then there was 2 sets of speakers over each bed, so you have stereo sound with a light, subwoofer coming through your bathroom. I was pretty smitten. Let me see if I can find this other thing really fast. I don't think I took a picture of it. Oh yeah, here it is. So let's say, and if you kind of work your shower curtain to make kind of a soft barrier, it really hides the toilet. And if you close just one door, they actually have a pull down screen that's on a tension thing, and you pull it down, you snap it to the bottom of the floor. So you can actually have one cargo door open, bug free, anywhere, and it's actually your restroom. And everybody would think that's like a change. Nobody would know that that's your bathroom. I couldn't believe it. I'm pretty excited about the Coachman on a Ford Transit in the K floor plan. I've spent some time in there today. So to answer your question, David, if I had to go buy a new rig tomorrow, this would be at the top of my list with the lithium system. They don't have Volta. They got Lithionics. We got to talk them into that. But I was just floored at how, and this is, they have white cabinetry, which I love white cabinetry. I can't tell you, and with the Transit, because it's just a little bit taller, it just lightens the whole place. And yeah, the guy who's been kind of making fun of the K floor plan for all the time because of the bathroom, mostly. And I would take one thing and change it out, make it a workstation or something. I don't know, but I am pretty smitten with Coachman. I got to tell you. So what else do I want to share with you guys? So what about Jayco making the Swift? That's so funny. So watch for those videos. We got a ton of stuff coming up, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna run here for about another 10 minutes. Let me see if I can catch up on questions. What feedback do you have on this? I gotta tell you that the cabinetry is it's so beautiful. They have these glass inserts. The cupboards are carpeted, top, side, and bottom. They're lit. They're the same price point as the Winnebago Travato. I'm like, Winnebago's going this direction with the Travato, and these guys are going like this, in my opinion. It's just night and day. The quality and the residential feel and just the plushness, which makes this whole thing so much more annoying to me with the G floor plan. Okay, I'll stop preaching. All right, so let's look for a few questions here, and then we'll call it a wrap. Let's scroll up here a little bit. Thanks for contrasting feedback. Let's see. So Todd, do I wear my cowboy boots in the bathroom? If I'm going potty and it's during the day, of course. I'm not taking my shoes off to get in there. By the way, it's only an inch, so that makes me 5'11" with my cowboy boots on. 5'10", I'm still going to do this. It's 58 inches from the floor. So get a measuring tape and measure that up and see how you would stand in a 58-inch tall space. And by the way, because they shrank the bathroom around the toilet, it's 4 inches more narrow. They give you a little bump out on this side, but you're just banging the wall because they give... I'll stop talking about it. Yeah, any positive on the Travato? That's on a Ram chassis. It's gasoline front engine. It has an amazing fridge and freezer, which, by the way, in the Beyonds, they have the same ones. In fact, the Beyond, they have a drawer freezer, which is extremely cool. If you know anything about drawer freezers, it's underneath the fridge component. I'm liking the Coachman. I got to tell you, if I did change rigs, I would not buy that Travato I saw today and yesterday. I put that on the video. I would not buy it. It's just all the functionality that I love is gone. The bed's lightweight. You can lift the bed with one hand. I will say that. That's cool. It looks horrible when it's up. It looks like an uncovered box spring. The bed's lightweight. The new shower's cool. They have a rug that comes with it that I don't think would be practical because I don't know. What else did I like about it? The TV pivots to the bedroom. I use my TV as wall art, and if you forget that you've swung your TV out in the middle of the night and you come up to the cab for some reason, maybe your auto charges come on, you forgot to turn your headlights off, and your stereo on your chassis, and you forget your TV's out in the middle of the hallway here, literally, you're going to run right into it. I can't wait for that. Oh my God, it's so funny. I'm sorry. So Aaron here is saying a Winnebago rep said today they changed front seats so they would recline. I seriously hope that is not why. I assume you're talking about the cab seats reclining. I can imagine a more uncomfortable seat to recline in. These things are great sitting up, but oh my goodness, I hope that's not accurate. We'll see if we can find out. Hey Todd, yes, thanks for tuning in, man. So Todd is buying a Storyteller Overlander Beast version. I am super jealous of his lights. I love his exterior color scheme. I can't get my arms around that floor plan. He says, let it grow on you. Yeah, I just love my bathroom as it is. That's the problem, because I use it. Oh my gosh. Um, but I am in love with your lighting system, and we'll see if we can get some video of that tomorrow when we go talk to Tim. He's the mustache guy who saw Chad and Paul. But I am super envious of your light system, especially the mechanical click lights. I got to figure that out in here. It's like an Apollo 11 capsule, right? Click, 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 mechanical buttons. Love those things. Destin, our Mac. Okay. Now I will remember that. Houston, thank you for tuning in. Yes. Let's see. Yeah, roads of life. Floor plans are the most important part of the decision process. It's so true. The build quality stuff matters. Yeah, certainly when falling apart, but the floor plan is how you plan to use your RV. You don't have to live in an RV full time to really find the importance of a floor plan. That's why I did the video, why I like my van, because the why drives the what kind of RV do I want. So you're right. Thank you for that. Yeah, F&T's got a good question. How much can you change van's floor plan? There's only so much room. I agree with you, but if you've seen the European, I've done a couple of videos on these now and flashed the brochures. They're really innovative and they're elegant, and I think it's just a cost thing here. I agree. You're very contained to the inside of the van, so you can't do a whole lot. But the what was the Adria in a Ram Pro Master chassis in Spain has a convertible bathroom inside the same space, and by the way, it had two beds in the back. So I mean, it can be done. It just takes some ingenuity, some thinking about it. So Aaron says Jayco Swift looks so cheap. Yeah, it was pretty inexpensive, right? And they got to start. They start with 40, $45,000 vans to start with. So all that build out for another 40 grand. You got to pay the RV dealer and ship the thing around, and so that's why these things are expensive. They're 100 grand because you start with a $40,000-$50,000 vehicle to start with, versus a $15,000 cutaway chassis. That's an engine and a transmission and two front doors. Yeah, Rich has got a good question here. Any others that have the Volta system? Yes, they've added to our portfolio. Got Winnebago, got Storyteller. Now they have Tiffin, and they had two others that they announced this week. I need to get on that. Stay tuned for that. And by the way, thumbs up. We got 114 people. That is amazing. If we can get some 114, about 60 more likes, that'd be amazing. If you learned anything, if you're tired of my passion on all this stuff, hit the thumb up button. Appreciate that. And follow me on Instagram. I'm doing a lot on Instagram with Volta, and I've got about 400 followers there now. I'm posting once or twice, sometime or more a day. A lot of it's about Luke, because he's so funny. You get a 20-second clip of Luke. We posted that. Oh my God, you should see the look he's giving me, Luke. If you're on Instagram, just find me, search "Go Small Live Large." You'll find me there, and you see the getting Luke out of bed video this morning. He is so funny. Yeah, freedom isn't free. Yeah, I'm with you, Sherry. I couldn't get over it. And Tracy was just like, I can't believe you're even considering this. I'm like, dude, it solved the problem I had with the floor plan. It makes the bathroom functional. And it was in a transit, so it was wider. It wasn't wider, it was longer, which made it all the difference. Maybe that was it too. But yeah, the toilet's a subwoofer. It's true. And just yeah. Anyway, from Brazil. Wow. Hello. Welcome. Good morning. Good day. Yeah, I love the white cabinets too. Thank you, Catherine. I totally agree with you. The K clone's longer or shorter than the Travato. They're all the same chassis, so the Rams are the same. In terms of length, the Transit is going to be, I think they're 20, somebody keep me honest, 22 feet. I think that the Transit is. I should know these off my head. Yeah, but no Volta. That's a. So RMAX's question how does Lithionics compare apples to apples? The Fit RV guy kind of did a video on that. There's a number of inaccuracies there. I'm talking with Volta. How do we address that? I don't like comparisons so much. Your spouse to my spouse. Your spouse is always going to win. But I think there's things to compare how fast does it charge? How much energy does it store? How long can I run my systems? I think those are fair comparisons.
It's 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock in Chicago. So we'll be doing some of that. We're trying to figure out the magic formula there. So stay tuned. But the Lithionics Volta comparison video by FitRV was educational. There's a number of inaccuracies, but Volta's working with them on trying to get those addressed. Yeah, Nani, thanks for tuning in, the Coachman. And so my RV journey started way back in 17 of start with a Revel. Figured out that floor plan was not going to work because I had an intention to go full time from the get go. And then I fell in love with the Paseo. The Paseo was on the Ford Transit. It had a really huge bath. That's what sold me on that. And it was tall and it just looked cool. Had dual wheels right in the back. And but the dining and sleeping area, well, it kind of had a permanent, it was like a cave. It had two twin beds and a table in the middle. So that didn't work for me because you'd have to take it all apart. What's changed is, like in the Coachman, is the lagoon tables are you can have a permanent lagoon table and a workspace. You can put some shelving there, get rid of the other mattress, and put shelving there, make it really a working office, and with a permanent table and a permanent bed. That was not really the case then with the Paseo. And then I found the Travato, and I fell in love with this floor plan here. But the cabinets are just gorgeous in the Coachman. And the Nova 2, which is on the Ram ProMaster. It's the factory rep really took a shine to him. He and I are going to do some fun things when I get to Elkhart. We're going to tour the Coachman factory. He and I are going to stay in touch quite a bit, and wait to see his interview. He did a really great tour of the Nova, and I'm just really impressed with Coachman. I don't know why they weren't before, but the cabinetry, the quality of the work was just beautiful. Okay, let's see. Almost there. Sorry I missed it. What model was the last picture you showed? It was Coachman Beyond on the Transit. White cabinets. We're going to go over time for a few minutes. Is that okay, folks? If you got a lot of questions, we'll keep going for another 15-20 minutes. So Roads of Life says 58. That's only 410. Did you mean 68? Probably 68. Yes, thank you. Which means 5 foot 8 inches. Which, yeah, that's right. So thank you for that correction. Rob saved my bacon. Yes, the I don't know if I can even see it on the picture. It's on the video. I called out very specifically. But let's just see if I can find that for you fast, because I don't want to make an inaccurate thing like that in my moments of high degrees of passion. Yeah, I don't think I can see that. Sorry, guys. But yeah, you're probably right. So let's call it 58. 68. I just did it again. 68 inches. Right? I'll put in the show notes. Yeah, 68. Because 60 is 5 feet, so 5 feet 8, so that's what it is. But again, if you're any taller than that, you're gonna have a problem. Let's see, what else? Yeah, I might actually do a video on how I do my iPad in bed, because I hang it off the basket, which there is no basket now in bed in the new floor plan, by the way, which I use for fruit storage, which is really great. I hang my iPad from this magnetic cover. And maybe somebody in this crowd, because you guys are really smart and gals, so I hang this, I put this in the fruit basket thing, it slips through, and so then this is where my screen is. And my issue here is if you take this, because the TV now is here, and it swings out like this, kind of crazy, and it's a small TV, it's, right, and it swings out, I'm trying to make this, the viewing angle, what do you call that? The size of the screen that you're visually seeing, I bet it's about the same, because this is from, back of the van, the doors to here, this is probably what, 10, 12 feet versus, 5 feet. So I'm just, I might make a video about that, because that's how I solved my TV problem. And I plug it with my big HomePod speakers, and it's like watching a movie. It's awesome. What other questions do you folks have? Otherwise, we'll call it a wrap. Let me look at my notes. So again, a couple more big days. We got the roundup if you're in the Tampa area, January 16th, Saturday, 2 p.m. at Keel Farms out in Plant City. Florida, which is about 20 minutes up the road from the fairgrounds here. Come join us for that. Almost There says, are you seeing any models on the Transit? I don't want to ram. Way too many years of experience with Mopar products. All I saw today was the Coachman. We saw another Ram. A lot of Rams. Maybe that's because they're easy to get. I don't know. All right, folks. So hopefully you learned something. We had 114 people at one point. Look at those thumbs up. Appreciate that. We'll see you folks tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern. Again, we'll do another one. We're gonna do another kind of one of these things. And now it's kind of crude. I apologize. Probably not great from your side, but oh, there he is, Kevin. 30 and a wake up. And thanks for coming in, man. And just thank you again for supporting me and the channel, Luke. It's and thanks for everybody that said hi today. It was just so great. It makes you feel like a little bit of a celebrity, but when I start talking with the folks and how what we're doing here together collectively, how it helps them figure out the best way to RV now or down the road a little bit, and that is not lost on me, that kind of responsibility. So with that, we say thank you and see you soon tomorrow. Night night.